Well, good morning. It is still morning. I know. It is so good to see everyone. I know that we've had people waiting, but the first day on the job with the mayor is a challenging day. We understand that. But I will say, as a both a pastor and a professor, sometimes when you don't see people for a while, there's got to be a little bit of a reunion of sorts. So we're so glad that everyone is back here, that we're on this auspicious occasion, the 29th annual celebration where we're announcing our Martin Luther King Day of Service. My name is David Brown. I am a assistant dean at Temple and also co-chair of Global Citizen. So proud to be with you today. We're going to go ahead and proceed. We anticipate the mayor will come. We're going to shift our order around for those of you who have a little bit of an agenda. But that's what we do, right? We are able to adapt and be able to move forward in this kind of fashion. Let me first introduce my friend, Roz McKelvey, who is providing our sign language, who has done such a wonderful job. And so we are so pleased that, again, we're able to have this and anticipate some great announcements today. So let's get underway. First, again, we want to be able to thank our gracious host, Sir David Hardy, who is the president of Gerard College. And at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Hardy to please come to the podium and offer some.
Thank you, Dean Brown, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gerard College's campus. I wanted to welcome the mayor. She's not here yet. I welcome her anyway. She's the 100th mayor. Took 100 to get it right. I have another elected official in here that's near and dear to my heart. That's a newly elected councilman for the 5th Councilmanic District, Mr. Jeffrey Young. Jeffrey Young is a Gerard College graduate. 101 maybe. I'm just saying. Gerard College is served as a central location for the Global Citizens annual Martin Luther King Day service. Done it for 15 years. And during that time, Gerard has made a huge commitment to remembering the legacy of Dr. King, and we made our space available and our personnel available for this special occasion. Dr. King was a strong voice for equal opportunity to a quality education throughout his life. He often spoke the goal of education is both intelligence and character. We feel the same way here at Gerard. On December 14th, we concluded a year-long celebration of our 175th anniversary with a gala held in our beautifully restored Founders Hall and Museum, which is right over there. You got to come over and see it while you're on campus. Is anyone familiar with this historic legacy of this unique Philadelphia institution? Gerard College serves as a flexion point in our nation's civil rights movement. With the acceptance of our first African-American students in 1968, Gerard College began its journey to providing all students, regardless of color, with high-quality education, tuition-free residential services. Today, Gerard proudly serves those students that the school has always served, and with the 100% acceptance, the college. Grateful for Cecil B. Moore, for people like Karen Jasper Jordan, who's joining us today. Freedom fighters, Dr. King, and everybody who marched outside these walls to give children access to this great education. This year, we will commemorate and reflect on the graduation of our first African-American graduate, the late Mr. Charles Hicks, who graduated as valedictorian class of 1974 and went on to have a remarkable career as a NASA engineer. and he's the founder of our Space Camp program, which sends our students to Space Camp down in Alabama. And I mean, it's a great opportunity, and he's the one who started it. I want to thank all of you for being here today on our historic campus. Invite you to visit us again, and let's all work together to make Dr. King's dream a reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hardy, and thank you for this wonderful legacy that we always continue to commemorate in this space. Space does matter. Where you do things absolutely makes a difference. And I will tell you that as we're kind of shifting some things around, you're in for a treat. Every year, what we try to do, we have a partnership with the Mural Arts program here in Philadelphia. And if you have to spend any time longer than you anticipate with anybody in the city, you're going to sit next to Jane Golden. Jane and I have been kind of going back and forth and talking and so forth. And so without any further ado, let me bring up Jane Golden, who's going to unveil our mural and talk about the program this year.
Hi everyone, we're here to talk about art. Yeah. More murals than anywhere in the world. So first I wanna, it's so nice that we connect on, so we're in your district. So thank you, and the esteemed panel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and David, we've known each other a long time. Thank you for that introduction. So it's an honor to be here today to celebrate the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. and the transformative power of a community. This year is especially significant because we are marking the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. Our collaboration with Global Citizen has gone on for so many years. Todd Bernstein, you are amazing. Can we have a round of applause? Every day, Todd is working on making sure that we remember, hold on to the spirit of Dr. King. I'm just so grateful. And I'm grateful that Todd thinks about the role of art as it relates to the day of service and to Martin Luther King's legacy. And the way that we're able to capture this is to work with young people and have them examine various speeches, and that they get to visually translate what is said. So this year, we've seen remarkable talent and vision from our teaching artists. So a big round of applause for Priscilla Bell and Diamond Whipper Young. They're great muralists, artists, and teaching artists, and they're just inspiring. And they have guided students from 7th to 10th grade across 4 diverse educational institutions: Gerard College, and we're so happy to be at Gerard College. I just want to say that. Thank you. And then I'm going to do a miracle here. That is even better. If you had more walls, we have walls, but I don't know where you're. Anyway, call us if we can do anything. Okay, Gerard College, James Road School, Barak Hebrew Academy, and Alaska Islamic Academy. So, and everybody, all the students we worked with were amazing. And they have created impactful designs that not only celebrate the history of the civil rights movement, but also underscore the critical importance of voting and voter turnout. Let's remember that the essence of voting is connected to the very foundational values of democracy. These murals depict images underscoring the importance of voting and the values of democracy, and the students are so talented. So thank you everyone who worked on this. I want to extend my gratitude to the educators that we partnered with. They did a wonderful job. Christine Anati from Gerard College, Charles Watson from James Road School, Adam Lovitz from Barak Hebrew Academy, and Dr. David Spiker from Al-Aqsa Islamic Academy. Your passion and inventive approaches, your dedication to the students was truly inspiring. I'm also like so happy. She'll be here soon, but I just want to say how thrilling and inspiring it is that we have a new mayor. Dr. King once said, "A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus." And Mayor Parker ran on the idea of bold leadership that understands the importance of coalition and consensus building. And that is so important. Mural Arts is very inspired by the possibilities of working with this new administration. We see that art can play a role everywhere and anywhere, and it touches our hearts and souls. So we're so excited, and we want to send our heartfelt congratulations to not just the mayor, but to her wonderful team who's here today. Leave a round of applause. And finally, I just want to acknowledge the privilege and honor it is to do this job. We feel at Mural Arts a huge responsibility to make sure that every single day we do this work, we're working on behalf of citizens across the city. So if it's education, behavioral health, criminal justice, community development, whatever it is, or the creation of public art, we're here for Philadelphians. And when you look at the collection of public art that ranges from every single neighborhood throughout Philadelphia, we hope that it resonates with you. We hope it connects with you. We hope that it talks to you in a way that is intimate, poignant, personal, and inspiring. We often speak about this collection as the autobiography of the city of Philadelphia. And that connects why it's so important to be here today, because we can never forget. We can never forget what Dr. King did and all he did for all of us and what we have today, but we have to keep an eye on that past and shine a light. There's a quote that I really love, and that is Rebecca Solnit, and she says, "We row forward looking back. We row forward looking back." And telling our history helps us move forward. The past is set in daylight. May it become a torch lit beautifully that we can carry into the night. That is the future. That is the future. And so thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And now we're going to look at beautiful art. Okay, so are the students ready? Let's unveil our art, and then we're going to have different speakers analyze the work as if you're in a museum. Hello, artists, come on up. This is so dramatic. If everyone behind us would like to, if you want to see it and experience it, you might want to go forward. Not that I'm telling people here what to do, but a little bit of bossiness never hurt anyone. Okay.
You can keep walking down. We have a lot of people.
Walk down. Keep going.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. And if you can stand close to one another, and you're going to be right here in the center. But can you keep going around them?
This good? We have everybody? Oh,
Yep.
okay,
Speak.
great. Are we ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce our speakers from Alaska. We have Mazamet Nidra. Hello, welcome.
Good morning. My name is Nidra. I am in the 8th grade at Orchestra Islamic Academy and one of the students working on this year's Mural Arts project. It was truly a delight to work with my peers on this amazing artwork. This design was put together by Priscilla Bell, as well as Alexia's 7th grade. Our project displays democracy, voting rights, and peace between all people's rights. I personally had an enjoyable time with this project and definitely hope to see more beautiful artwork displayed by the Mural Arts program in the near future.
Thank you, that's wonderful. It's wonderful, and we appreciate their involvement and all they do for young people. Barry, we have Zamir Friedenreich.
Good morning. My name is Zamir Friedenreich and I'm from Barry. It was an honor to memorialize the martyrs who helped motivate President Lyndon B. Johnson to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964, especially on its 60th anniversary. Michael Schwerner, Andrew Goodman, and James Chaney founded the Freedom Schools to educate Black voters, exemplifying their immeasurable courage. We felt a connection to Schwerner and Goodman's Judaism and were inspired by their dedication to make the world a better place. We would never have been able to immortalize the heroes and what they stood for without Diamond Weaver Young, a renowned muralist who guided our class throughout this project. She not only brought fun to our classroom, but equipped us with everything we need to excel to the highest degree. Furthermore, just like the trio of activists we painted, it was our teamwork that enabled us to work the same level we did. Every one of us helped bring out the best product through our collaboration. We also learned so much, not only about Jewish involvement in civil rights movement, but also patience and problem solving, which are crucial in large projects. We would just like to thank Mural Arts Philadelphia and our teacher, Mr. Levis, for providing us such a wonderful opportunity.
Okay, and now we have the wonderful teaching artist and muralist Diamond Weber Young representing Gerard, who's on break.
Hello, everyone. I'm gonna try to step in front here. Thank you for being here. Thank you. So, I would like to speak on behalf of the students at Gerard. A lot of them were not able to be here, so I want to read an excerpt from Jaden Diaz and Louis. First, they say, working on this mural for the MLK Day of Service was a nice experience. For this project, my other classmates and I were at first very confused about how to approach this and how to do our best, but eventually we got the hang of it, and soon we were able to approach the assignment with confidence and perseverance. The hardest part of this painting was trying to be as precise as possible, which they did an amazing job. And I could probably compare it with the struggle people face trying to get a chance to vote, failing and struggling, but with enough willpower to be able to ultimately accomplish their goal. The only difference is that voting may be a little bit more important than this painting, as it helps Congress decide who should be in what position, which could affect many things, from the laws people abide by to the systems you use on a daily, monthly, and yearly basis. That's why voting and participating in your community is so important. So I just want to say, I'm happy to not only be able to share that with you, but to be able to hear that, because our goal was to teach these young students how important community engagement is through the arts, how important their voices are, and how important their representation is. These students from Barrett chose to represent the Freedom Summer and their history, and the students from July chose to promote the future and what's present with Cheryl Parker and with Joanna McClinton being these trailblazers. And I would like to say, I was at the inaugural party last night, and I have never seen a mayor represent Black women the way Cheryl has and showing up her full, authentic self. So I would like to personally thank you for being Black representation, and thank you for having me.
Okay, and now for Rose, we'd like Haley Harris to come forward. Haley.
I would like to thank the mural artists, Gerard College, and our mural artists, our muralist, Priscilla Bell. For this opportunity, we helped develop and paint a mural to show the importance of voting, civil rights, and the idea of Dr. Martin Luther King. We started by having a Zoom meeting with Ms. Bell. We did some brainstorming, created sketches, and discussed the history of voting rights. This informed the vision for our mural. Next, Ms. Bell took our sketches and ideas to the next step that created the design for a studio. We could see some of the ideas in the design. Lastly, we had 2 in-person meetings where we helped in painting from cloth. We learned about mixing colors and used textures in the background. On day 2, we painted lettering, the ballot box, and started the portrait of Dr. King. I think we were successful in creating this mural, as it encourages voting and reminds us of the struggles that we had to overcome in our past.
For these fabulous students, for all their learning. Mayor Parker, we are so thrilled. Mayor Parker, I just want to say this. When you stood in front of the George Floyd mural on North Fifth Street, you looked at the crowd and you said, "This is hope." Well, you give us hope. Thank you. All the students never stop making art. Remember that art ignites change. Okay, now this. Okay, so everybody, thank you again, and this will be hanging in Gerard College on next week, and then it will be in a school around the city. Hey, I think for me.
Yep, yep. Well, I know that it's hard to top that, but we think we can add to that excitement. And thank you again to the students, to your teachers who helped to make this possible. Let's give them another round of applause. So as we can see, art was depicted and now she is here. So we're now about to introduce the person who is really responsible for us being here, and that is Todd Bernstein. Todd has done this for 29 years, been honored to be able to be with him along this journey. His remarks will lead into the introduction of Mayor Parker, and then we will have our finishing out our program, but this is another reason why we're here. So Todd, please join me here. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thanks for staying here. I want to first thank David Hardy and Gerard College for being an incredible host for these 15 years. I can't think of a more appropriate place to have this day of service, a day of action, than at Gerard, which has such a great civil rights history. Thank you to our great sponsors and co-chairs, some of whom are here today. And most important for me, my colleagues at Global Citizen. Campbell Bird is in an undisclosed location behind the Zoom, which is also being broadcast. And Campbell, for those of you who know him, is incredible. Avisek Archaya is around here somewhere, another colleague, as is Karen Williams. So I want to personally applaud them and thank them for this. David Hardy introduced Councilman Young, and I think it's extraordinary. Not only do you have huge shoes to fill in a former mayor and a former council president, but it's very exciting to have a Gerard grad. Just want to recognize a couple of other people who mean a lot to this project. Dr. Keith Liebhart from Jefferson, who's played such a great role. Reverend William Martin from Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church, who's had been great, and Charmaine Matlock Turner from the Urban Affairs Coalition. Now the room for Oxford, if you're still here, our friends from the Black Doctors Consortium, led by Dr. Ayla Spencer. 12 days from today, tens of thousands of people of all backgrounds and ages will be out in force around our region to honor Dr. King and a legacy of turning community concerns into action. And we have, I think it's fair to say that 60 years after Dr. King led a movement to pass the landmark Civil Rights Act, which addressed critical issues like voting rights and discrimination in public accommodations and segregation in school. I think it's also fair to say that we face a number of challenges that are kind of challenging the whole civil rights movement, and even further than that, democracy. So it's in that spirit that Dr. King's birthday is not just a birthday celebration. It's an opportunity to make his legacy of fighting for civil rights and social justice our mission too. And not just on one day, not just on King Day, but every day with, as Dr. King would say, the fierce urgency of now. So 12 days from today, tens of thousands of people will be throughout the region. We've been working very closely with trauma directors and trauma surgeons at 3 particular hospitals, including Temple, Jefferson, where Dr. Liebhardt is from, and the University of Pennsylvania, around issues of gun violence and health equity. These are obviously huge challenges that our city faces. But I think that what we need to realize is that everyone can be involved. Sometimes there are small things that most of us don't think of. We've learned from our colleagues in the health professions that when gun violence patients are released from hospitals, they may have to seek emergency housing in shelters or with family members, and they have very little. So on January 15th, volunteers will be assembling hygiene kits for gun violence patients when they're released from hospitals. It's a small way of drawing attention to the need to support some of the most vulnerable people in our community. As everyone knows, and as the mural really underscores, 2024 is a consequential election year. And in that spirit, in a partnership with the committee of 70, the city commissioner's office, PA Vote, and the Pennsylvania Department of State, led by our own old city commissioner, Al Schmidt, will be packing voter information that will be distributed throughout the city to some of the lowest historically turnout areas to promote registration and voter participation. And thanks to Jane Golden for a project they're going to be doing on King Day, discussing voting rights issues and making posters that will be displayed around Philadelphia to promote voter registration, voter education, and participation. The Black Clergy and their 57 Blocks project, along with our friend Karen Asper Jordan and the Cecil B. Moore Philadelphia Freedom Fighters, will be hosting a rally for peace and justice at noon. We'll have the Black Doctors Consortium leading a health and wellness fair, and there will be CPR training and projects for kids. And this year, in addition to hundreds of projects throughout the region, our effort to address economic justice will be an economic jobs fair that will take place at Temple University the following day on January 16th from 10 to 2. So, and that'll be led by the Urban League of Philadelphia, Temple University, and iHeartMedia. Any and all of this information, and there's so much more, can be found at mlkdayofservice.org. My last duty, as always, and this is quite fun, and particularly fun with the 100th mayor of our city. And I think it's fair to say the level of enthusiasm in the city and excitement to have the first woman mayor, but to not just that, but to have Sherelle Parker as our mayor is something that's very inspiring. And so I would like to introduce her, and she will offer remarks, and she will also announce the winner of our 26th annual Harris Wofford Active Citizenship Award. And with that, Mayor Parker, I'd like to present you with the first T-shirt. The first, I think it's warm, it's hot off the press. And our new logo, which promotes the Civil Rights Act and a whole range of issues around Voting Rights Act, educational equity, climate change, et cetera. And as I always do, the most important part of the corporate citizenship and the great support of other organizations in the city. Mayor Parker.
Let me start by saying good morning to each of you. The 29th annual Greater Philadelphia Martin Luther King Day of Service is extremely significant, not just here in our city, but across the nation. And to be here at Gerard College celebrating this legacy is extremely important. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out today. Todd, I thank you for when you said the years. I thought to myself when you were talking, I'm getting up there, y'all, because I remember when this started. And I want to start by just reminding people, because sometimes Philadelphia doesn't remember how great it is. This is the first and the largest King Day celebration in the nation. Right now, in our big city. So I do need to say a special thank you to our global citizen. He is a global citizen, and we are honored to have you, Todd Bernstein. Give him a huge spearheading this event, year-round civic engagement and programs that actually promote social justice. I'm excited about that, but I'm super duper excited about having the honor to present the 26th annual King Day of Service Harris Wofford Active Citizenship Award, just to announce who this person will be. But let me start by saying that the annual recipient embodies what it really means to embrace Dr. King's legacy of justice and service with dedication and compassion each and every day. For the record, and this probably only occurred because I have such a long-standing relationship with this person, and I did not know until I received the notes who would be the honoree. And when I thought about the who, I thought about, for me, my favorite of all time, speech given by Dr. King. I love I Have a Dream, don't get me wrong. It holds a super duper, Dr. Watlington was here somewhere. Dr. Watlington, it holds a special place in my heart. But the favorite one that I still read once a month right now to keep me centered, and I've done that my entire life since I was first exposed to the audio recording. It is called The Drum Major Instinct. And in The Drum Major Instinct, Dr. King talks about this innate desire that is in all human beings to, in essence, act as the drum major right? To be out front, to be acknowledged, and to be recognized for what we do. And the reason why this honoree is so important is because I've watched the work that he's done in his own right, and he has not been concerned about getting credit or being publicly acknowledged about the work and for the work that he has actually done. And with that being said, I am pleased to present this 26th annual award to my friend. And this feels good because he doesn't even know. He would be squirming like right now if he did right. Ed Hazuri, the chairman of Hazuri and Associates, who has contributed tirelessly to support, yes, the ongoing civic engagement work of global citizenship in the annual King Day. And I love that look on your face right now. This is priceless. Let me just quickly tell you this. He serves on the executive committees of the Schuylkill River Development Corporation and the Maritime Exchange for the Delaware. He's been instrumental in the civic and political fabric of the Delaware Valley for more than 30 years. And I can tell you that Ed believed not only in me, but so many people like me in our region for a long time. And again, you did it without any fanfare or any desire to say, hey, look at me, I've just done something good. Congratulations to Ed Hazuri, the 26th Annual King Day of Service Harris Wolford Acton Citizenship Award. And I want to take off my glasses.
Can everyone look over here?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. A point of personal privilege. Council member, can you please come up here with us, please? We are in the mighty fifth council meeting.
Thank you.
All right.
And right here, please. Follow the voice. Thank you.
I love that your eyes were like, oh, these people.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Well, I think I certainly was surprised today. But, and I only use this word one time, I think what we're all fortunate with is really to be able to be useful to other people. And I think that's very clear. It's very clear from what's going on today. It's very clear when you look back at the history of Philadelphia, when as a place that welcomed different religions and people from you read were willing to contribute, even when it wasn't their faith, to build synagogues, to build churches, today to build mosques. And the last thing I just want to say, though, awards, they may have something to do with immediate actions that folks have done, but it's really, and we hear Mayor Parker talk about this, it's really about the people that formed you. It's really the award to them for what they've done and what they've put together. I can go on all day, but I won't. Thank you very much again, but quite a surprise. Thanks again.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna apologize. Sorry, not sorry. They've kept it from you, but congratulations again. At this time, I'd like to bring up Steve Farrell, Executive Vice President of Public Affairs and Government Markets for Independence Blue Cross, who will offer some remarks as well.
So great. I follow all that.
Just what you need, the corporate guy now. But yeah, I'm proud to represent Independence Blue Cross, and hopefully when you hear the name Independence Blue Cross, you don't think corporation, you think your neighbor, and you think your partner, and you think somebody who's there when you need them the most, right? So it's for that it gives me the privilege to represent these sponsors and represent our commitment to this day. It's so much has been said and but I'll speak from the heart. It's an important day on a number of levels. One, to honor the legacy, and one, to remind us who we need to be and what we need to be for each other. It's important, and our Blue Crew will be there. Your neighbors will be there. I'll be there. Lorena Marshall Blake will be there. Our CEO, Greg Devins, will be there. Ed Hazori will be there, and Ed does tremendous work and counsel for us. All of us will be there. It's important to be present, but you gotta be present when it matters most. And it matters most. So thank you, all of my friends. It was like a high school reunion here, man, before you got here. My friends and colleagues that make this day and make Philadelphia a beacon for the nation and the world because of Todd, what you created here. And it makes it a special day for all of us to be in a community, but also feel good about ourselves for doing good for what matters most. God bless you all. Thank you all. And I'll see you on the 15th.
Thank you, Steve. And again, this really is a community. And at this time, the name has been mentioned before, but at the core of everything that we do is around education. So I'm so pleased to welcome to the podium Dr. Tony Wappington, our Chief Executive for our School District of Philadelphia.
Good morning. Dr. Brown, thank you very much for that introduction. And Madam Mayor, good to see you this morning. I'm excited to be here. I want to thank Co-Chair Bernstein and Principal Hardy for allowing me to be here with you today. I'm excited that we're kicking off not just about the 29 years that you led this work, Co-Chair Bernstein, and I want to thank all the other platform guests. I'm excited about the season we're in as we approach the Dr. King holiday. This is the second year that I've had an opportunity to participate in this very special occasion. I'm also excited to see our young people and the great art that they're producing. It makes me think that our future is bright. Dr. King fought very hard and pushed on President Lyndon Johnson pretty hard throughout the 1960s to pass that landmark Civil Rights Act that was passed in 1964, followed by the Voting Rights Act of 1965. I'm going to give you a really quick 1 minute, Mayor, history lesson. Why? Because my mentor and the great superintendent emeritus of this district, Dr. Constance Clayton, required that our students learn their history and learn African-American history in particular. And so when I think about the Civil Rights Act of 64, the Voting Rights Act of 65, and then Dr. King moving on to that Poor People's Campaign that got him into a place where his popularity started to go down a bit. And I just appreciate how, even in Dr. King's time, he lived in the world's largest economy. We're still the world's largest economy, but not all Americans get an equal opportunity to participate in that world's largest economy. And that's why public education is so important. And so I'm just excited to be here. The King holiday for us in the School District of Philadelphia will not be a day off, it will be a day on. And in closing, since everybody else gave their famous Dr. King quote, I'll give one of my most liked quote. He talked about burning and looting. He talked about the importance of looting books for knowledge and burning the midnight oil. And when I think about, our mayor-elect who came from very humble beginnings like myself, I'm probably her biggest champion and cheerleader and admirer. I think about, burning and looting those books at the nation's first historically Black college, as you always say, Lincoln University, and that Ivy League institution you went to, and then moving on to shatter every sitting in this great city of Philadelphia to become mayor of the 6th largest city and the first woman in African-American. I'm so honored to be on your team, and I'm excited about where you're going to lead us in this city. Thank you. Good morning.
quick instruction. I need to introduce and acknowledge Adam Thiel, who is our new managing director, who is also here. And also continuing this spirit of standing on one's shoulders. So the next person that you're going to hear from is someone whose shoulders we all stand on, because sometimes what we have to do in terms of the work that we do, again, as Dr. Wellington mentioned, being able to not only know our history, but to embody our history. And I've had the honor and pleasure of being able to not only sit next to and work with Karen Esper Jordan as the Cecil B. Moore freedom fighters, because we have found that the older we get, the more we have to tell our story. So not only that our story is not forgotten, but our lessons continue to be learned. So let me welcome to the stage Karen Esper Jordan.
If I could curtsy, I would. I just wanted to say, good morning to everyone. It takes our children. We were teenagers when we were demonstrating out here. 7 months and 17 days. Wow. Not one of us did it by ourselves. The elders protected us and they taught us. As we got a little older, we started doing things on our own. And a lot of it was not acceptable to them, but they backed us. And it took the city here to get us out of jail in those days. And there were many times teenagers, they wanted to put us in jail, not for a week. We had one young lady that got 30 days in jail. So you imagine, you're a teenager. We didn't care. We followed Cecil B. Moore. That's why we're here. Dr. King came here one day, gave a speech. We loved it. We didn't agree with the nonviolence because we were taught that if somebody hits you, it'll back. But we understood. As we got older, we got to appreciate him more because we didn't always appreciate some of his messages back then. So let's just keep it real. Cecil B. Moore is the reason that we are here and that we're celebrating. And for the young men that came to this school, it was not easy for them to be threatened. One young man said he slept with one eye open because he was told he was going to be killed. So it was not easy, but something that Mel Dawn said to us years ago, he said, we loved you before we knew you. And as we get older, that's how we look at ourselves. Our people loved us before they knew us. The people that supported Black, white, or whatever, they loved us before they knew us. As far as my good mayor here, and it's such a pleasure. I just feel like I hope there's a lot of mongooses or mongoose for those snakes that are going to be coming, but we got your back. If you were demonstrating here at Gerard College, you did not know what group we belonged to. We marched with CORE, we went to jail, whatever demonstration they had, people stuck together. And when I listened to you speak yesterday, I mean, we just felt so empowered and we loved what you said. And no, it's not going to be easy. It's never easy. And we were here at Gerard College demonstrating. Everybody was not forced. There were Black folks that didn't agree with what we were doing. There were people that did not agree because we were breaking a man's will. People didn't want us here because it was a school for white folks, white boys, or white male orphans. Now we have young ladies here. This was the best education you can get. And our taxes went to this school all these years, all of those years, and our children could not. So just remember this, put up or shut up. We got a new mayor. Everybody in the building famous.
Yeah. Now I know I'm gonna say something right now that's gonna resonate with folks, but that's real. I'm from West Philly, born and raised. I mean, so that I understand. Put up or shut it. If you don't think of anything else, that's what Dr. King did. Forcing people to put up or shut it. Now, one thing though that kind of gives us all the kind of continuity throughout this whole thing was that there was always a song in somebody's heart to keep us moving. Whatever, if you couldn't carry a tune in a bucket, there was a way to carry a tune that would keep you marching forward. And so it's fitting that we have our final remark by Danielle Allen, who was the Vice President of Education and Community for the Philadelphia Orchestra, which is a long-term and long-time partner with the King Day of Service and Global Citizen. Ms. Allen.
Hello, everyone. I am just thrilled to be here with you today, and I'd be remiss to not acknowledge our mayor, Gerard Parker, as well as Councilman of the 5th District, Jeffrey Young. So proud of you and family. Thank you for the example that you are setting for Philadelphians, you know, across the region, and the arts and culture community stands with you. We are here for you, and we are ready to do the work. We are going to put up. We're not going to shut up. We're just going to put up. So I have the privilege of welcoming you to a wonderful event that I see as the capstone of the great Martin Luther King Day of Service. And so on behalf of our president and CEO, Matthias Tarnopolsky, our music and artistic director, Yannick Nezes-Again, and all of the Philadelphia Orchestra and the Kimmel Center Incorporated, I'm delighted to invite everyone to the 34th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Tribute Concert taking place right here in the gorgeous chapel of Gerard College on January 15th at 3 p.m. For the past several years, the Philadelphia Orchestra has taken up the mantle of amplifying the work of artists who are underrepresented, women, queer artists, Black artists, Latinx artists, and you know, they didn't get their just due to injustice. And so at the Philadelphia Orchestra, we see this as our art in action, and this is how we fight. And if you know anything about Philadelphia, we fight to win. And so I'm proud to say that we won a Grammy for recording this music. Right? Yes, indeed. And we are nominated again for recording another symphony of hers along with William Dawson. And so we have taken this music of Black composers, not just here on MLK Day, not just in the Kimmel Center, but around the world, even when people were saying they didn't want it. You know, our CEO said, if you want the Philadelphia Orchestra, you will get this music. This is how we keep the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. alive every day at the Philadelphia Orchestra. And it is our greatest honor that we can do this work and move this work forward for our industry that has been a little exclusive historically. So we are working to create the change that we want to see through the power of the performing arts. So during that 34th annual MLK tribute concert, we are looking forward to sharing works by famed composers like Richard Smallwood, Adolphus Hailstork. Yes, we love Richard Smallwood. Adolphus Hailstork, Samuel Coleridge Taylor, William Grant Still, and more, all performed by your Grammy Award-winning Philadelphia Orchestra under the baton of Yannick Nezes-Again. Wow. Yes, yeah. Indeed. This concert will also feature violinist Annelle Gregory, who's making her Philadelphia Orchestra debut, and a combined chorus of students from the Philadelphia High School for the Creative and Performing Arts and Gerard College. Yes, indeed. We don't do much without students around the orchestra and Kimmel Center, so it's just great to involve them in such an auspicious occasion. And so those courses are under the direction of Lauren Thomas Moyette at Kappa and Paul Eaton right here at Gerard College. And for any of you who have ever attended this concert, the highlight of each year's performance is hearing the words of Dr. King as told through our orchestra's resident storyteller, narrator, and host, Charlotte Blake Alston. It is an absolutely soul-stirring experience that will galvanize you to go out into the community and do the work that we've so been inspired to do by Dr. King. So this concert is free to the public. Thank you, Gerard College. It's free to the public, but it does require registration. And so as of today at 10 a.m., you can go on our website, philorg.org/MLK 2024. And please do reserve your tickets. I would do it today because it sells out every year. And last but not least, I just have to give honor to everyone here, namely Todd Bernstein and everyone at Global Citizen of Greater Philadelphia for inviting us to be a part of this very meaningful occasion each year. It's such an honor to be among all of the members of our community that come together each year to make this the nation's largest King Day of Service. Thank you so much, Todd, for your friendship. We are grateful to President David Hardy and all of our friends here at Gerard College for your generous hospitality. We come in every year and we take over many spaces with our orchestra, with our students, our cases. So thank you so much for everything that you all do to bend over backwards to make us feel at home every year. We would not dream of doing this concert anyplace else, and we look forward to many more years of partnership. Thank you. Last but not least, this concert would not be possible without the unwavering support of our presenting sponsor, PICO, our lead community engagement sponsor, Independence Blue Cross. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Yes, Lorena and Steve, thank you so much. Additional support from the National Endowment for the Arts and the Annenberg Foundation, as well as our key media partner, WRTI, who will be broadcasting this concert live. So again, meet us here on MLK Day. We'll be here all day anyway, in your day with the Philadelphia Orchestra in the chapel at 3 p.m. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Once again, thank you so very much. See y'all on Monday the 15th. Wherever you will be in service. Thank you. Thank you.